Hi everyone, welcome. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. And if you're my pre-existing subscribers, welcome my baby dinosaur. This is being live streamed on April 5th, 2021 at 7:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I apologize, I had some issues a little bit earlier, but I am here, so thank you all of you guys for coming. If you are watching this on replay and you just like a specific topic in this video that you just want to watch briefly, check the description below. When it's on replay, I should have them all listed with a timestamp in the description below. Let's move on forward. If you guys want to book a reading with me, email me at chrisangeltarot@gmail.com. You can find this on the screen below. And you can also find my prices in the description. If you are new here, welcome. I have a deaf accent and I may have a hard time pronouncing certain words throughout the video. If you seem to have a hard time fully understanding me, please consider using closed captions as your guide. Disclaimer, all information I give during this recording is simply my intuition, my understanding, and downloads information from the higher power. Please also keep in mind that this is just for entertainment purposes only and for education purposes only as well. Please note that when I read tarot, my intuition direct gives the card its meaning and not Google. Before I do any readings that I do have an opinion about, I will always let you guys know in advance. And yeah, anyway, stay tuned for the end of the video. We have an angelic reading and some Easter egg messages for you guys at the end. Yes, even though Easter is over, don't worry, we're gonna keep continuing it. I feel like it's very effective with getting the message out to you, so we're gonna keep it, and happy Easter to all you guys who do celebrate it, and also happy spring equinox. For those of you guys who for those of you who donated to the channel at any point in time from January 2021 till now, I have your name listed, at least most of them, unless you have a different name on PayPal. I will be using your names, and I will be doing a collection of readings that I'll upload on my channel, and it will be for donation appreciation videos to all you guys who have donated to the channel, made it into the success that it is. So I'll be doing you guys a little personal reading and what angels want you to know specifically for the people who donated. Do not feel obligated to donate at any point in time. It's just that those who do, I want to reward you and say thank you so much. You have done a great job with helping the channel. With that being said, we're going to jump into our very first tarot reading. This is Russia. I'm going to be talking about the Russian Revolt. Hello, everyone. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Doris. What's up, love? So this is the Russian Revolt, right? So we're talking about this. I've been for a while now. I've been seeing that there might be something that's happening. We're going to be doing my spread, the 13 colonies spread with Russia. And I just kind of want to get an in-depth view on what is really going on. I'm going to be talking about Navalny, the guy who's the opposition leader towards Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia since 2000. So let's take a look and see what's happening with Russia. We're going to be using this deck again. I feel like it's really good. So we're going to be using it. So let's see what the guys have for us today. This is really close. Okay. There you go. All right. So listening. So tell me, what do we need to know about the Russian Revolt? What do we need to know about Russia's revolt? Now, when I say Russian revolt, right now they're not revolting, but I do feel like there is going to be a revolution in Russia. But I really hanged on the opposition leader right now. Right now, he's on a hunger strike. So let's just see how well that turned out. All right. So we have here the challenge. And so that's going to be number 1. Okay. 1, excuse me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then I'm going to use the 13 card as this one. Thank you. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. I did get a message from my guys to switch these two, so that's what we're going to do. So for the first one here, for the Russian Revolt, we have the mature man, right? So we have Vladimir Putin here, right? He's the guy who has been in control, the leader of Russia since 2000, right? Like I said that earlier. Hello, Egypt. Welcome, love. We have here jurisdiction. So there is something with the courts here. He's trying to overstay his term. He is, again, trying to get rid of democracy, or not, almost like, in a way, trying to overrule democracy and kind of like stay in power, so to speak. We have here, as well as he imprisoned Navalny, like I said, he imprisoned him. We have here prison, so he imprisoned the opposition leader, even poisoned him. We have the courthouse, so we have jurisdiction and the courts here, which tells me that there is something going on with the parliament or whatever kind of system they run. You know, I'm not Google, so I don't know everything about the world. So it does feel like the parliament or whatever it is planning some sort of legislation. We also have here that it's going to be a change in leadership. Russia's time does not want to stay in the 1800s. It kind of feels like them being with Vladimir Putin has actually hindered the country in terms of its growth going forward. It does feel like that is something that is changing. Oh, look, we have two cards here. So we have at the bottom of the mature man, which is exactly resemblance. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have the courtship, right? And we also have wealthy man. So there is something funding this new opposition leader. I do feel like that there are some wealthy people in there who are trying to overthrow the Russian leadership currently. Now, it could be for good reason or it could be for their own reasons as well. It really depends on whether or not it's the philanthropist who's doing it for the good of humanity or they're just doing it within their self-interest. But we do have here, we do have a male and a woman or a female. I don't know if Vladimir Putin is married, but if he's not, I do feel like he was going to have like someone act as a spy to try to influence him in terms of making certain decisions. We do have here the message of concern. And so this is quite honestly like quite the truth, right? So we're talking about Russia. Russia was around the 1800s, right? So we do have here that there is a concern. The concern is, I don't know exactly what the concern is yet. Yeah, so it's funny because we have the message of concern here, right? Then the thing that followed was the message. It almost feels like a death threat. It feels like a threat, like a military coup or like a threat by something from another country, but even within their own country as well. What you have here concern. So, okay, this is really funny. We have message of concern. He opened up the message, and then here's the concern. Right, it's reversed. Was told me he hasn't received the message yet. So the message had not been received yet. So this is in the future. What we have here, talking about the great fortune. The final outcome of Russia is that if they get rid of him, there will be great fortune for the revolution in Russia. For number 10, we have here despair. The country will be able to have enough prosperity and enough economic growth that it is going to experience some upsides. The reason why I'm kind of doing this video, if you're wondering why it's different than American politics, is because we all kind of need a good break, right? So I figured that around the world would be a good way to kind of, appreciate others around the world, just not only the United States. So we have here as well, the card that falls underneath the mature man is we have high honor. So one thing I do feel like that this could be a military coup, that the military is not very happy with the person in power currently. So it's probably Vladimir Putin. What we have here is number 12, coming at number 12 here, we have the false person. So there's someone within his field that he can't trust, but he unknowingly trusts this person. And the final outcome of what's happening in terms of the Russian revolt, we have here, he's not going to be able to hold on to power. And so that is the fall of the Russian Empire or the Russian leadership, so to speak. So that is what I'm getting for the Russia's revolt. So we have, it's kind of interesting, like the storyline and everything. Again, I'm just telling you the story, then can very well change. I don't tell you the prediction, I just give you the story. Hi, Japer. What's up, love? Good to see you, too. So the next topic that we're going to be talking about is Myanmar. Okay, I'm going to say Amku. That's the best way to put it. But if you guys know where this is located, let me know, because I have no idea. I'm thinking it's either in the Incas, in Southern America, or I'm thinking it's near Indonesia. I don't know exactly where, though. So if you guys can pinpoint me the country, let me know, because I don't know where his location or geographical location is. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. If you guys do like this, I'll do this like once a week to kind of give us like a break. Something a little bit different than what we normally get with American politics, right? Okay, let's look about this. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, so this should give you enough time to like go to the bathroom, whatever you gotta do. All right, Burma for short. Thank you, Egypt. Okay, so Spirit Singers will tell me, what is the Burma coup going on? I've been wanting to do this actually for quite a while. I'm not gonna lie. This is something I have always wanted to do, this type of reading for this particular country. So I seen it in the news and I was like, I have to do it. And finally, it's been too long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then we're gonna have a number 14 because I did a number 14 for them. Okay, one more question, spirits and angels. And then tomorrow we're going to be doing around the world as well, but we're going to do how can we improve the world. So that's what we're doing as well. So tomorrow is more like an uplifting type thing. Today is just understanding the storyline, and then tomorrow is more like how can we help the earth in general, find outcome. Okay, so the first card that flipped already was the first card, which is the message of concern. Right, the message of concern. We have, I think the women leader was overthrown, if I believe I'm correct. So it does feel like as if she was overthrown. This was the message of concern, but it does feel like as if this was not something that she wanted or intended, but the message came a little too late. Like the message was delayed. Here's the community. The community is almost like very supportive of her as the leader. However, the community is very poor. So this does feel like this is funded by rich people within their own country. We do have here coming at number 3, we have the journey. This is a divine journey. I do feel like Pluto might be in return for the country, or is about to become. It does feel like as if they're having the first Pluto return in some form of fashion. We do have here's the main female, right? We're talking about that women leader. There's a lot of women energy, feminine energy here. Right, we have that main female, so she's the main figure, the figurehead. I do feel like she was overthrown. We have here unexpected income. It was reversed, I believe. So it does feel like as if, like you see this. Look at the coin, right? We have the woman, right? There's a Queen Victoria from England, and it's reversed. So we're talking about unexpected income. It feels like as if money was stolen, and that should have been the first sign that something was going on. Oh, it borders Bangladesh and India. And northwest China. Thank you so much, Egypt. So southern, right next to Thailand or Indonesia. That's perfect. I do exactly where it was. So we have your thoughts here. We do feel like there was a plan to puppetize her or put someone in who has a very similar facial features. Like almost looks like they're looking for a copycat, someone who's just gonna listen to whatever they say, and kind of implant her with someone who looks very similar. Right? We have here like almost like a twin. I don't know what you call that, but here we have they're trying to find somebody who looks very similar to the current leader, but it's by puppet master, so it's not actually her. Hi, Shirley Rose. We have here the mature man. Again, I do feel like as if this was done by the military, or so I think it's self-explanatory because it's the military coup, but it does feel like it is fully funded by another country, or a country with a male leader who has been there for a very long time, who's been eyeing control of that particular country. We do have here occupation. She's all about occupation. So the country might be majority women. I do believe that. It's mostly a lot of the country has been struggling because they haven't been able to move ahead in terms of the future, in terms of the process and the revolution going forward. And by the revolution, I mean like industrial type. We do have here in the distant horizon, it is going to become a superpower in the potential future. And so this is in the distant horizon. It could end up in one of those scenarios just like North Korea. It does feel like as if the country is undergoing poverty or is about to undergo major poverty. The same way that North Korea, I do feel like this is kind of like a North Korean type energy. So if you want to know what the potential future of it could be a threat to the United States, but also just be the fact that it's undergoing the same changes that North Korea went through. Hi, mate. Hi, Meal. We have here bad health. We do feel here a part of the thing that led to this uprising in the first place with the fact that the poor handling of the coronavirus or pandemic. We do have here as well, we have the gift. This is the opposite of a gift, right? A coup is not a gift. It's something that is very destructive, very defeating for the country itself. It does feel like that it was not something that was supposed to happen, but because there was a chain of events, it was what led to this very moment. And so for number 13 here, we have expectation. It was highly expected by this leader. that this was going to happen. She didn't take any steps against it, and therefore she almost openly welcomed it. So it does feel like that is what's happening. Again, this is just entertainment purposes only. We have here, there's a decision within the leadership of Burma, right? There's a decision within the leadership whether or not this person is going to willingly leave the country or willingly flee. It's entirely up to them. I do feel like she may be detained in some form of fashion. I do feel like she may not be able to make that decision. They may actually make the decision for her. I also hear execution as well. We do have here the Page of Cups. She's not going to be willing to hand over power easily, or had never been given power. I don't know exactly what the government is like, but it does feel like she either had power or she didn't, but she was opposed to. Kind of the same way that Donald Trump tried to overthrow Biden. But we have here as well as we have struggled in reverse, and we have here it's not the end of the world for the country of Burma, but it does feel like this is just the beginning. This is not the end for the country. It's just the beginning. I think this is something that they need to be able to survive. And if they can't survive it, then I guess the country will no longer exist in the format that it currently does today. Like, I mean, as that in like a form of like some people there may not be there anymore, particularly because of some sort of like, they may pull a Hitler basically, if you know what I mean. So we also have here the Jordan coup, which is basically near Israel. And I think this is quite interesting to see. I just saw this on the news. Again, I know nothing about it. I didn't research it. All I did was I looked up things that are going on globally, and I saw the title. I was like, oh, interesting. So all this is going to be coup today. So we have the Jordan coup. So we're going to be looking at that. And then right after this, we have Egypt, and then we're just going to be going up north of the Mediterranean, and we're going to hit the Vatican. Okay. Let me just mix these up. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, so I'm going to try to pick a different deck for the Jordan coup after this. I do feel like I want to do Egypt a little different. I think I have an Egyptian deck. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so Jordan coup. What do we need to know about the Jordan coup? What do we need to know? I just saw a card here. Okay, so we have this spare. Okay. And then we also have this one here as well. So let's just kind of take a look and see what's going on. Interesting. It's different than what the other two countries were going through. All right, what else do we need to know about Jordan? A lot of what I know is a lot of what's happening is all because of the world. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is all inspired by Marie's table. So if you're wondering where this methodology came from, it came from Marie. Hi, Deanne. What else do we need to know? Thank you. Okay. All right, so let's talk Jordan. So we have the countries in despair. And a part of this is, again, I do feel like in some degree, it does feel like as if the country has been poorly damaged by the coronavirus. And this kind of seemed like there was a trend here that all the countries here have been very poorly disenfranchised by the actual virus itself. This could also be because of poor leadership. So people here are actually revolting against their own government. So this is kind of like a little different. It's not military. It does feel like as if it's the people revolting against them. We have here in reverse, we have the male leaders. So I do feel like in some degree there is either an older male in power, or it does feel like as if it's a young woman. We do have here main male in reverse. This is a young male, right? But it's not in power. So this person is not in power. This person may come in power. But that is the potential future of this revolt. So we may see a different political party form within Egypt. We have here an official person. I do feel like there is some sort of royalty. If they don't have a king or a queen or something like that, there will be someone who has royal descendants in the past, and they're going to bring that back. Right? I do feel like I am getting like the vibe of either like Italian descendants, for some example, Italian royalty. We do have here as well as we have the courthouse. right? So this is the leadership. I do feel like I do know, and this is something you guys remember. I'm openly transparent. Again, I do know. For example, I did watch on the news that Egypt is changing capitals. Now I don't know where. That part I don't know, but I do know they are changing capitals, and you can see that here at the courthouse, which is part of the early future of the storyline, right? We have here part of it is that they're not making as much money as they used to. I do know the current capital of Egypt is Cairo, which is where all the pyramids are. And we have here the Great Fortune. It used to be the Great Wealth, Great Historian, but it has also hindered the country's ability to grow. We have here directly underneath the spear, which is number 5. We have Thief. We do have here they were not able to fully benefit from global connectiveness, globalization, and stuff like that. They were not able to grow as fast as their European neighbors, and it does feel like that they had to kind of seal to get by. They had to kind of seal things and kind of like glorify the country in a way that kind of attracts people to the country because nobody really wants to go over there because of probably what's going on with the Middle East and stuff like that. Again, I'm not being racist. I'm just basically just saying how people are feeling in terms of how they view countries and the local area, right? We do have the message of concern in the future. I do feel like the mother of Egypt, whatever that may mean, I don't know. I do feel like it could be like a change in icon. It comes like an animal icon, maybe change it in the country. It does feel like everything that's happened in the country is not because of what the people want, but rather what the people in high position of power want for the country, right? The community doesn't have a say in this. We do have here at number 9, we have Journey in reverse, and what this is telling me that this is not the divine path of Egypt. And this could very well what leads Egypt to existence or out of existence in terms that they're currently following right now. We do have here they will get an unexpected amount of income. It does feel like the economy is going to seem to do a lot better because it is brand new capital of what they're doing. Why did I say Egypt? Okay, I guess I'm talking about Egypt here. So Egypt must be playing with Jordan. There must be something going on with Egypt and Jordan. Pardon me. I'm gonna say that this is partly feels like it's both Egypt and Jordan together. Maybe they're co-joining together. Maybe they sign some sort of agreement. We do have here as well as we have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, okay, that makes sense why I said Egypt, because we have the Knight of Wands here and we have Cairo in the background, right? We have Egypt here leaving. It does feel like they're leaving the way they used to do things in the past and they're changing political government, whether that means they're either acquiring some parts of Jordan, and that's what leads Jordan undergoing the coup. It could be also a military coup done by Egypt, right? And it does feel like here as well, the challenge that would come in was the Knight of Pentacles, the stopping the economy, the inability to move forward. So it does feel like as if Egypt and Jordan might be coming together and they do have parts together coming in. And we do have here the Queen of Cups. Look to the way Egypt used to be in the historical time periods, and you will know the future of Egypt and Jordan. So that's kind of interesting to see how that was playing out. I mean, this is a lot different than what I anticipated. I'll give you that for that. But anyway, so what do you guys think of this global news? It's a little bit different. It's more relaxed than American politics. So what do you guys think of this? You guys like it? You like those cards too? Yeah, I love these cards. I didn't know I had them. And I was like, you know what? I should use these. I can't use them all the time though because it won't really give me like 100% legit type information, but we can see. All right, I have a card over here for the Vatican. I don't know where it is. I think it's over there on the table, which I'll probably get it because it's Venetian, and there's nothing more Venetian than the Vatican. All right, so let's talk Egypt. I'm gonna give like a broad overview and just see what Egypt is doing and if it has any sort of relation to Jordan. What do we need to know about Egypt? Spirits and Angels, can you give me a couple cards? Okay, final outcome. Yeah, I do feel like there is some sort of agreement with Egypt and Jordan, which will explain why he's here. Because we have here the Three of Swords. I do feel like this is the nuclear Iranian nuclear impact or some sort of like bill that was passed with America, something like that, nuclear like missile thing. We do have here as well. They are working on something. They're working on economic deal and economic impact, whether or not they want to add Jordan, whether into their country or whether or not they want to give up parts of their land to Jordan. We do have here as well. It is the end of the way things used to go in Egypt. It's the end of time for them, at least currently. We do have here the eagle, which is the representation of Egypt, right? We also have here the high priestess in reverse, which tell me this isn't psychically going to be very good for the world, but it is something that is needed. We do have here the Queen of Swords. I do feel like they are going to have the first woman leader. Again, it does feel like maybe in some sort of time. We do have here as well, we do have the Page of Swords in reverse, which tells me that this person has been in the public eye and is well known. This person is a little bit deceptive. They're not very kind to people. So this person is a woman who has very masculine energy. We do have here the man, the magician. She is a deceiver. And we do have here as well is she's going to make some sort of deal, make it to the voters. And I don't know if they have a democracy, but whatever it is, she's going to get in and she's going to try to do some damage to the country. But this is the Middle East. So she is going to do some sort of damage. This is what's going on in Egypt. Down lately, but not last, we had the Vatican and we had the angelic readings. Oh, thank you, Egypt, Sterling, and Doris. I'm glad you guys like them. It's different, it's common, it's not too, like, out there, you know? Okay, so I'm going to see if I can get the Vatican cards. Do we have any Vatican cards? You know what? I'm going to use the gigantic cards because, you know, there's nothing more egotistical than the actual Catholic Church. So, we're going to be using this because, you know what? The Catholic Church believes that it has a lot of power, a lot of control, and so there's nothing better than this deck because, you know what? That will resemble exactly that. Okay. Now, remember, these cards are huge. Like, I'm not kidding. They're actually huge. I mean, look how big these are compared to this. Like, this looks like a junior, and this is like a large. Like an extra large, you know? So, let's see. You guys should be able to see these pictures a lot clearly. Okay, Spirits and Angels tell me, what do we need to know about the Vatican Church? What is the future of the Vatican Church? Now, I'm going to try to make a circle. But that's going to be kind of hard with these. Well, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. I do feel like a square maybe might be a better idea. Okay, let's do this. Square. Well, that's a 9, but okay, we'll do it. We'll deal with that. We'll deal with this. All right, so for the first card we have here is Celebration. Oh, this is pretty. This is cool. All right, so we have here Celebration, right? They were able to halfway successful run. This is the Holy Roman Empire, the Roman Empire, and the Byzantine Empire, right? So we have here the card that falls underneath is that at times they have lost a lot of support. Since then, they haven't been able to have that control that they wanted, right? Remember, a pope is considered a king in the eyes of his own land, so therefore the pope is referred to as a king, right? Why do you think they call Jesus a king? So we have here Judgment, and this is in reverse. I mean, sideways. Which is a big challenge to the Catholic Church. It's being judged for its handling of everything, whether it goes from divorce, whether it goes to LGBTQ. There are a lot of the things that they have pushed and everything that be narrated is not following the modern terms, right? We have here as well, we have the Empress, them trying to go with the modern time, but also trying to stay back to the times of Queen Victoria, but that doesn't seem to be playing out because they're seen as white supremacy, the person who very hatred. And now, guys, please keep in mind, I'm just talking about the Vatican Church, the one that does, like, you know, pedophilia, that type of thing. We do have here as well as we do have the Hanged Man, and this tells me this they are going to be in big trouble for whatever it is that they're doing. There is a lot here going on. Yeah. All right. So we have the Tower card for the Vatican. So more information is going to come out in the future, particularly for the mistreatment of women. And also here in Jews and Black people. So Jews and Black people, maybe it might be someone who is Black and is also a Jew. We do have here the Page of Wands. This also may refer to Jesus Christ, as Jesus was indeed Jewish and oftentimes is mostly Black. So we do have here the Page of Wands, right? Remember, Jesus was in the Middle East. We're talking, Right, we have Cairo here, so it's talking about the Middle East. It's talking about the early times, everything that happened. And also referring to the Vatican book, the book and the literature that was hidden underneath the Vatican, the bunker of Vatican. We have here a lot of that's going to be found and made public on the internet. It's coming soon, right? We have here the warning signs of this was actually the boat called Evergreen that was blocking the Red Sea during the right around the time of the biblical prophecies, according to the Bible. This was not an accident; it was a sign. It was a symbol to you. It is telling you that balance is coming. We're starting to raise our vibrations. You just kind of need to ask yourself and question what is really going on, right? Should I believe what I believe? And, stuff like that. I'll leave that up to you. But just know that it's divine timing and that it's coming soon, right? And the bottom of this deck here, the gigantic deck, we have here, right? We have the old days, right? The Catholicism, the idea of the Catholic Church. And we have here the people, right? You, the average person. And it all stemmed down to the coronavirus. We have the lion here, which means that there are some lies here, the red lies that are not really completely true. Right, and then we have a snake, two snakes. So that is quite interesting to see how that will play out. The top of the card here, we had the Queen of Pentacles. We're probably going to get a woman pope, our very first woman pope. So that's kind of interesting to see. So there is the reading for the Vatican. It's a little different than what I anticipated, right? So let's do your angelic reading and see what message you guys have for you for today. So definitely stay tuned for that. All right. I should be using these big gigantic cards. I kind of find them kind of cool. Anyway. Okay, let's talk. Lisa Bunny may be gone, but I am not. So, let me get rid of the Vatican so you don't see that and have negative energy from that. So, anyway. So, I'm going to have my guys see what message they have for you. All right. Anything else? Okay, there's too many Easter eggs, so I'm going to put some back here. They want me to take the gold. All right, so here we have your Easter eggs here. Pause the video if you're new. If you know what the plan is, just pick what one you would like. We have purple here, and we have this color as well. So I'll give you a moment to pick while you're choosing. Let's give you an uplifting reading. Let's see what message the other guys may have for you. Again, you can pick whatever ones you like. You can pick more than one if you're attracted to it. So what other messages do you have for my viewers for today's Spirits and Angels? Okay, so we have here is there is a change coming, right? Change and courage. And so what it's kind of talking to me is about that a lot of you guys are undergoing this movement. I feel like a lot of you guys are moving out of your house, moving away from your parents. There is some sort of movement. There is a change here. The way you used to do things, some of you plan on traveling. Some of you are also projecting. Whatever it is that you're moving, you are moving out of something, right? We have here on your left side, we have family, home, commitment. I do feel like, again, a lot of you guys are either moving away from family or if that family members have passed away and you said, okay, it's time for us to move. That type of thing. We also have here as well, we have receive and open, be receptive to receiving. So in messages, like it's almost telling me that you guys are almost telling me that you guys need to be a little bit more open-minded to certain information that you are seeing, but maybe not everything that you have been given since birth. It may be something that is entirely true just because you've been told something doesn't necessarily make it true, right? So it does feel like that is the energy that you're going. I do feel like, again, this commitment issue. You may have been broken up with somebody. I also feel like for some of you guys, not all of you guys may have been kicked out of the house at some point in your life. You also have here as well, we have your third eye and cloudy. I feel like for some of you guys, whether or not your third eye is not fully open, but I also do feel like for some of you guys, you're dealing with dark magic. You're either doing some spells, candle work, or something like that. Just try to be very careful. There is a very fine line between good and evil. It also is telling me that some of you guys are practicing the evil eye. So just be careful. Now, if that does not resonate with you, that may not be a message for you, but if it does resonate with you, it is for you. So for those of you guys who have chosen the gold Easter egg, your message is you will be lucky soon. So that is really good news for you if you have been feeling like there's not been a lot of luck in your life, or you're wondering what the potential future has for you. For those of you guys who've chosen this half white, half blue Easter bunny, your message is go on a nature walk. So if you're debating whether or not you should go out because, summer's coming, go on a nature walk. I do feel like it is a good time for you to be able to experience them, and it'll be really fun and different for you. For those of you guys who've chosen this violet Easter egg, your message is you are beautiful. So this is kind of talking about like say this to yourself. This is a mantra that you need to say to yourself because you are manifesting something that shouldn't be manifested unless it's positive. And they want you to say that you are beautiful. So say that to yourself. Treat yourself with love and unconditional because that's what you need right now. So for those of you guys who have chosen this like nice little like sugar-coated Easter egg, your message is Big Mama, you better start bouncing. So this may be a card, or this might be like Easter egg that you may have picked. You felt like you really resonated with, but basically was telling me that you may have also resonated with the fact that you're moving, and it's telling you this is a sign that you start to move, start moving, start getting up, start bouncing from your couch, start exercising, whether or not it's eating. It feels like there is something here, and it's telling you, that project, that idea that you have that's just been sitting on the back burner. It said, do it. Do it. Like you guys are trying to motivate you. Just do it. For those of you guys who have chosen this blue Easter egg, your message is a relative is waiting for you. Whether or not that is in the real life, I do feel like some of you guys might be mediumship. You might also have a relative who wants to speak to you, who you may or may not like. I also do feel like for some of you guys, you may be visiting or have visited just recently at the cemetery. Also, you may have been visited or may notice some signs of somebody. Also do feel like that might be in the potential future for some of you guys as well. We do have here for those of you guys who have chosen this half pink, half blue, Mayan color blue or purple. I don't know why I said blue. Your message is trust the timing of your life. Is basically telling me that trust divine timing. Divine timing is what certain things or in your life are playing according to the universe. And so trust it. Allow that to flow evenly to you. And then for those of you guys who have listened or have wanted and felt drawn to this Easter egg, your message is your angels want to speak to you. But so if you are interested in booking a reading with me, you guys can, of course, book a reading. My prices and my email will be listed in the description below. You can also find it here on your screen. That is entirely up for you, or you can book a reading with someone else. Also, if you have the ability to be able to speak to you guys or your angels directly, please do so, as they are asking to talk to you. So again, thank you all. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, everyone. I love each and every single one of you. If you have indeed donated to the channel, I expect a video coming out very soon, potentially next week even, where I put everyone who have donated to the channel from January onward till today will also receive a special video where they will be able to practically go through the video and get their personal reading at a specific timestamp. So anyway, I love you guys and have a very good day. Have a wonderful night. I love you.